The left tries to deny him,
but they quite simply can't.
It's Sam Whitfield, helping to lead a new age of conservative talk on Next Gen Conservative Radio.
Jimmy's right, folks. Even after 5 years, the left has still tried to deny me. They've tried to deny that the conservative youth movement exists. Like I said in my earlier segment, or no, I said it on Sunday's show. The left, back when I did my show on Podbean, I was 14, and a lot of the liberal hecklers I got who would listen to the podcast, as I explained on Sunday, back in those days, folks, we had to, podcasters, and some people still do it this way. I believe Jimmy Z, host of the Jimmy Z Show, and the guy who does my audio, who basically does all the audio for the show, or the vast majority of it. Thank you again, Jimmy, for making the intro. Go check out his site real quick. The analysis, thejimmyzshow.com, and check him out. Anyway, many podcasters still do this, but all podcasters, we used to have to pre-record the audio of our show, and then on our computer, mind you, and then we had to upload it to a file server, which could convert it to a podcast format, and that's how we would do podcasting, and it was very time consuming. It wasn't as elegant as it was now. See, like, I'm doing a pre-recorded show right now. This show is pre-recorded, folks, because I won't be here on tomorrow or on Sunday, as I explained on the last segment. If you haven't listened to that already, go listen to part 1. But we used to have to pre-record everything and then upload them, and many of the liberals said that my show would never make it, and yet 5 years later, I'm still here. And I've got so many more conservatives following me who have joined me, and this is the beginning of the conservative youth movement. Anyway, folks, it's great to be back for another segment. A couple quick announcements. I have my new promo for Next Gen Conservative up on YouTube. Just uploaded it 5 minutes ago. It should be there. I made it using iMovie. Added some effects to it. Want to know what you think of it? So go check that out on my YouTube channel. It's probably also tweeted on my Twitter account at SamW_NGC, since Twitter automates all that stuff for me. Anyway, folks, so in the last segment, I played Sean Hannity's interview with Dr. Ben Carson, who has been a vocal person in speaking against Barack Obama's policies and America's debt. Now, if you haven't listened to that show, first of all, I recommend that you do so, because I'm not gonna repeat everything I said. But, as I said in the earlier segment, many of my conservative colleagues and I agree that Ben Carson is going to be a huge influence in the conservative movement. The best part about him is he doesn't... It's clear to me that he's a conservative, folks. It's very clear to me that he's a conservative. But he doesn't play the political card. he's bringing up these issues because he's a doctor and he's extremely concerned about Obama's policies and about the policies of Washington, D.C. politics in general. And I think that we need someone like that who can speak the blunt and honest truth about what's going on in our leadership right now. Now, he's said he's not going to run for president, and he's not going to get involved in political office, but he already has gotten involved in speaking out and saying that this country is going in the wrong direction and we need to turn the other way. And folks, he's exactly what we need right now. I would go so far as, for those of you who have been following the Whitfield analysis over at Blog Talk Radio since early 2010, since it started, back during the election primaries, think back to November of 2011. This is going way back, I know, but think back to 2011, folks. I was nominating, I wasn't nominating. I endorsed Herman Cain to run against Barack Obama. And Cain was leading for quite a while, folks. And I will admit, folks, the reason I was appealed by Herman Cain and the reason that Dr. Carson appeals to me in part is because both of them are African American, but they're both really conservative African Americans, and they're intelligent and they know what they're talking about. They're not socialists like Obama is. Now, folks, it's important that you know my support of both Herman Cain and Dr. Carson is not purely race motivated. However, there are lots of people in both election cycles I know who voted for Obama simply because he was African American. And I'm not saying that that's the entire Democratic Party demographic, but that was a large majority of them. And I just think that that was very unwise of them to do that. But yet, the Democratic Party has been the one to say that they're the ones supporting African American values. And at the end of the day, folks, the Democratic Party has more or less been enslaving African Americans with their welfare programs. I saw Star Parker speak, and she's an African American activist who's a conservative, and she basically said that the welfare state enslaves low-income African Americans. And she was one of those who bought into the system a long time ago. But then she had a great awakening, folks, as to the evils of liberalism and how destructive it was. Anyway, folks, good night, and I'm getting tired now, so I'm going to end this segment, and I'll see you when I get back from spring break. I know that was kind of a cutoff, but folks, I hope you have a good vacation. I'll have a good break, and I'll see you when I get back next week. Until then, good night, God bless, and God bless America.